Okay, here we go. Machiwa. Bringing this information, this energy, this transmission of spirit, yes, Mokoye. Coming from a space of unconditional love. I'm truly grateful for all of you who are our regulars and who are joining us for the first time. It is an opportunity, yes, for all of us to bring in that higher consciousness, that higher connection, and this spiritual awakening. And this is our time together, yes, twice a week. I'm here, we're here, and it would be Tuesdays and Saturdays around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I welcome all of my homies coming on in, my starseed vatos. Yes. We're part of this code. We're part of this, we drop codes. We have Gaia's daughter in the house. Welcome, Holy One. UTD, Starseeds. Celine, hello, sister. Good to have you. Good to see you. Thank you for being a moderator. Sarah, thank you for being here. Treo, TCG is in the house. All right. Dallying Truth, much love. Raga XX Muffin in the house. Cosmic Citizen, Starman, my brother's in the house. Thank you for being a moderator, Holy One. Hope you got more crystals there, Starman. Sarah Holder, good to see you too. I've been here, John. I don't know, what do you mean? I'm here every week, a few times a week. But I'm good to have you. So yes, you guys, this is a spiritual journey, our spiritual journey. And a lot of us are, even in 2024, finding that awakening, finding that transformation within ourselves. And we're trying to heal. A lot of us are here because of karma, and we're trying to, connect to some of that past drama and clear it out, clean it up. And speaking of clearing, let's get this energy started. You can call us like priests of light. I don't mean like a Wiccan priestess or something. I'm talking about, a priest is someone who heals, who's focused on the spiritual world, spiritual information, who's interested in God and higher consciousness. Priests. We're priests of light. That means we choose with our free will to be serving, you would say, what we call it's Christ consciousness or unity consciousness, the belief, the understanding that all are part of the one, the universal sacred law of one. So this is our perspective. This is our code that we bring and send out into the world. And a lot of you are studying this information. It's called the Emerald Order Teachings, MCEO. It's also called the Innerchristos Law of One. And it's unique and it's different compared to a lot of the New Age channeling movement information, and obviously different than religions. We're bringing this consciousness, higher consciousness from higher worlds, and the information from those levels. And those of us who are on a spiritual journey are awakening our higher centers of consciousness. The third eye area, this is a ray of current that comes out the front and the back. So you have a wormhole that goes to the gateway of the chakra. That is consciousness pouring in, streaming in from the heart chakra, astral, from the fifth throat chakra, the archetype, and the celestial or angelic consciousness coming from the third eye. This is all the information that we're bringing into the 3D. See, the first, second, and third level of consciousness, those chakra are down here, solar plexus, sacral, and your root. And so, but we're trying to bring in the higher consciousness. As priests of light on our spiritual journey, we regularly are trying to pull in that higher soul consciousness. Even the crown, the thymus, and the thalamus are the higher oversoul consciousness. And these teachings are actually teaching us how to bring in our avatar consciousness, which is 10th, 11th, and 12th dimensional below your feet chakra. And that is what we call the Christos. The 12th one is the Christos. And so this is something that all humans have a capacity to do, because all humans have the diamond sun DNA. And that is something that is part of our proto-original human, but still available to us as long as each individual is trying to awaken themselves in their spiritual journey. So thank you guys for joining us. That's what we're going to be talking about. 33 people, 3-3. That's right. Even Sarah saw it. We got that. This is 33 Souls Online. Thank you guys for being here and sharing your Tuesday with us as we talk about this information and embracing your spiritual awakening in 2024. And this is something that we are work on regularly. It's not something you just do on Sundays. This is a everyday effort. And actually, you're practicing this information in your daily conversations, in your relationships, in your interactions, in your work, your school, or anywhere where we basically express this value within, with those around us, within the world. We make the changes within ourselves, but we're also making changes within the world. This is about unity, so we care about everyone. We want all life to, including the plants and the animals, to, reach their highest potential. And that potential in these teachings is called your divine blueprint. Okay, that's the core template that makes you what you come out of originally. It's just that there's now, because of the spiritual war, there is, you would say, a blocking of some of that consciousness trying to come in. It's DNA blocks and DNA distortions. And those distortions shut off 90% of our consciousness, you guys. So we're only getting a little bit of our divine blueprint, of our original template, that prototype template. So the goal is, through these teachings, you're trying to get what you just mentioned, the heart chakra, throat chakra, the third eye chakra, but also the crown, something called the thymus around this area, the thalamus, which is near the third eye, but it goes at a diagonal, and then into the 10th, 11th, and there's a chakra below your feet. 6 inches below your feet is the 12th chakra. We're bringing that in our life, in our expressions, in everything that we do. So we're living these higher potentials of ourselves. We're mixed in with a bunch of 3D consciousness, 3D people. And so we work on this. It is our journey, our spiritual journey. It is our mission. Okay? We're meant to bring in this, focus on the higher consciousness and the information that we know, you guys, we know this unity from our higher selves. We know Christ consciousness from previous lifetimes. So we're in a progression of reincarnation, but there's a whole population mostly on the planet called Earth seeds, and then there's star seeds. Now, Earth seeds and star seeds are designed, it's part of what the Guardian project that we're doing here is we're combining the star seeds and the Earth seeds. So we have Earth seeds coming from the DNA of Earth. We have star seeds combining with the DNA from other planets, other stars, and combining with the human race. So that's going to make a different type of human. That's how you make, you would say, spiritual, it's biological and spiritual evolution. By combining with the DNA, which is also represents the consciousness of higher parts of your prototype human, what we call angelic human. Okay, so this is what we're doing tonight, and thank you so much for joining us in this dialogue. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. It helps you to write my channel name, Christos Avatar, so it will be highlighted. So if you have a question, put Christos Avatar, and then put your question. So Matthew in the house, theft, not left. Thank you for being here, Vato, Luna 209, Machiwa. Thank you for being here, Matthew. I appreciate your feedback. It's always good to hear that, you guys, because I'll hear negative comments sometimes, you know. Like just today I had a negative comment in one of my videos. This person wrote, if you change your appearance, people will take you more seriously. Obviously, this person hasn't found their unity consciousness or Christ consciousness. They're too busy judging people on superficial things. The issue is on this person. Okay? I even tell you that, you guys, that, hey, it's not about my hair. It's not about my weird shirts. Okay, it's about the information coming out of my mouth. So if you're too distracted by, oh, you don't like how I'm dressed, and you're telling me, judging me, telling me what I should do. Okay? This is an example of what we deal with here in the 3D. We get people, so it's good to have your positive comments. Thank you so much. Some of you get it. Honey Lumpkins, hello, Holy One. Amy, is it Felice? Love you too from Canada. Good to see you, Canada. Glad to have you, Amy. Mr. Williams, 25. Can you give any information about Archangel Lucifer? Thank you for asking, Mr. William. Okay, so when people ask questions, I answer from the Emerald Order point of view, which is not my point of view. It is now, but what I'm saying is I'm not answering you from my own personal ideas or opinions. It's based off of, so when you ask about Lucifer, Archangel Lucifer, it's about their point of view. Thank you for asking. So, according to the Emerald Order teachings, okay, Lucifer, first of all, is not an individual. It's not a singular person. It's actually the name of an entire race of beings. Excuse me. Itchy nose. And this Lucifer race, it's a race of extraterrestrial, multidimensional aliens, fallen angels, which are, you would say, anything considered a fallen angel is a consciousness, a being, a race who is against the inner Christos, the inner Christ. They're anti-Christos. They're against our planet. They're against humans. They're against all life. This is what you describe as a energetic vampire. So there was something called this is a combination. When we talk about a race called Lucifer, it's actually a combination of races. And it's coming from the Inky Anunnaki. There's a family in the Inky Anunnaki called Lulatan. Okay? Then there's a family of reptilian. There's a reptilian of inside. I forgot. Okay, it's the Enlil. It's the Enlil Anunnaki, which are reptilians, and they have a family in the Enlils called Satan. So we have Lulatan Inky and Satan Enlil, and then there's another third race called Necromaton, which are a fallen angelic beetle race, beetle tortoise people. So those three races combine into what's called the Luciferian, race. And so this is the technical name is called Emilian Anunnaki. So the Emilian Anunnaki, aka Luciferian race, this is historically has been attacking us. And these races are coming from, like, let's say Nibiru. Some of the Enlil Inkies are coming from Nibiru, but also the Necromaton part is coming from Andromeda. Okay, so these are against our Earth. They're attacking our planet. Luciferians, and actually our history goes way back into Atlantis, where the Luciferian covenant was created. They created something called the Luciferian covenant, and it's against us. It's against our. They want one world order, okay, and they want to take out the guardian races, which would be any starseeds or indigos on the planet. And they want to have, they want to reduce the population. It's a really bad thing. So just letting you know, it's not the same point of view as religion, and Luciferians are not just from planet Earth. They don't originate from Earth. This whole thing about Lucifer falling from heaven, being all the way down to Earth. Well, first of all, there's trillions of planets, quadrillions of planets. Okay, and so this is a universal concept. Lucifer is any of the races that this race goes to. I mean, any of the planets that this race goes to. One of them is Earth. Okay, so they have something against us, and so I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, but that's what the answer is from the Emerald Order teachings. Thank you, Holy One. Machiwa, Amy. Yes, Celine, our divine history. Little alien, thank you for being here, little alien. We're in a dark mirror of Earth. Donald, I just want to say that that's kind of a mixed up message. We're on Earth, okay? And there is something called Phantom Earth. That's the dark Earth. We're Earth, okay? So there's something called parallel Earth, and there's something called Phantom Earth. This is Earth. We're on Earth. Machiwa. Not a dark mirror. We're not a dark mirror. This is Earth. There is another version of a fallen Earth called Phantom Earth, and then there's another version called the parallel Earth. There's also something called adjacent Earths. So while we have Earth, there's an ascended version called Tara, and then another ascended version called Gaia, and then the final ascended version is called Armatena. Thank you, Holy One. 66? Yes. And you know that threes are doubled into sixes. So 333 is also 666, but it also has a bad rep. I mean, there is a negative aspect to something called 666, which happens to be some type of DNA issue with part of the race of the human race. And because some of the race has different seals, different blocks on their DNA. One of those blocks is 666. So anyways, 333, 666, 999, these are exponential levels of energy. But there is a negative aspect to 666. So just remember, that's part of the teachings as well. They talk about the crucifixion, 666, as being related to the DNA, and that's talked about in Cathara. I believe it might be in, actually, let me check Voyagers real quick. I should have Voyagers. And that's another thing, you guys. Some people are asked for the source, and we regularly tell you guys our source. The source is coming from the Emerald Order teachings, also called the innerchristos Law of One. And the first thing you want to do is read Voyagers 1 and Voyagers 2, and any of our moderators will give you a link to that. We do this regularly as part of our service. And I'm a teacher, but I'm learning from what Ashiana has taught. She's the master teacher. And so, yeah, I just had to point that out. So, and that's why we forward people to her videos and her workshops, which is actually technically our information. It's not just Ashiana, even though she made a company and started copywriting stuff. Just understand that we're all starseeds. I mean, the ones who are part of this work, we're also came in here. This is all no one owns these teachings. You see what I'm saying? These are all our teachings. So we can say, well, the original first teacher was Ashiana, and she was the first teacher. So let me check in Voyagers 2 for 666. You go to the Voyagers, and I don't know how you do it on a mobile phone, but on a computer, you put Control F. 666, there's 10 results on the 666 symbolism. Let me find this genetic configuration. That's what I just said earlier. It has to do with the DNA. I'm trying to read it in the passage within context. The 6th base tone of the first strand, 6th base tone of the 6th strand, and 6th base tone of the sixth strand of DNA were all removed from the morphogenetic field. Whenever you start removing something, that's not a good thing. So the number itself is not bad, but we're talking about what it is. It was something that was removed from the 6th strand, the 6th base tone of the, of the 6th strand, because each strand, let's say you're dealing with the 6th strand. Well, that is made of 12 substrands. So what they're talking about is the 6th substrand of the 6th strand. And there's certain strands called base, overtone, and resonant tone. So the 666 became the trademark of members of the Syrian Anunnaki, who we talk about here a lot, who refused to accept leadership from the Density 2 Syrian Council, and who would not uphold the law of one. The 666 became a part of the human genetic code through the interbreeding of the Melchizedek starseeds with visiting Anunnaki, who created the hybrid races Nephilim and Anu. There's a race called Anu Melchizedeks, which started teaching the negative Christos information. This is historical, man. There's a whole bunch of things that have happened in our history, and we used to have our religion. It wasn't called a religion. You wouldn't call it a dogma. But the original religions were based on the law of one. Okay, the original religions, yes, the sacred systems were practicing unity in Christ consciousness. Jeshua, came to earth. The real Jesus, not the fake one, the real one, came and taught a non-patriarchal spiritual, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. Okay? So this 666 has to do with them taking certain DNA strands and substrands out of our DNA, which became one of the blocks. There's something called the Templar Axios seal, which seals have to do with your DNA, and a lot of changes were made by the Guardians, made changes to us, and the fallen angelics did changes to us. Now the Guardians would do something because this is their project. We are the Guardians here making this project, so we can make changes to and decide to make changes to our project. And when parts of our project are being effed with, or not following law of one, or aren't doing this or aren't doing that, we can make modifications within ourselves. We made, there's something called the Syrian Council. So, thank you for that question, Holy One. Stepping off the cross to reawaken our bodies. The lymph nodes were cut off and electrical system was damaged. Some people have studied the innerchristos. I shall prevail in the house. Sandra, Voyagers 1. It's better to read it, Holy One. If you have to do it only when you're driving or something, you need to listen to it, but it's better to read it. And because there is so much foreign words that you need to stop and look up and figure out. You start getting deeper into the teachings, if you're just going to glance through and listen through it once, you need to study it, you guys. It should take you a few months to study Voyagers. not sit and listen to it. OG blockchain. Oh, I'm just explaining to people's questions. Thank you, brother. Snoopy Roll. Snoopy Roll. Hello, beautiful souls. David Anuhazi Akrion. Thank you, Holy One. What do the Emerald Order teachings say about humans born with extra chromosomes? Well, I'm not sure about that. I just know that the DNA templates are different on Earth, and some of them would have extra chromosomes. And, actually, the star seeds, the higher consciousness, they had 6 toes and 6 fingers. Like, we think that's weird or wrong, but it's not. They had extra chromosomes, extra, we talk about the DNA distortion that happened to planet Earth, okay? It has to do with planet Nibiru. It has to do with the Anunnaki races, specifically Jehovian Yahweh race. And they, actually Marduk did the whole distortion thing, which is part of the Jehovians. But this is, affected all life, not just human DNA. So, but we have something also called the hybrids on Earth. They're part human, but part alien. Okay? Some of them are part Nephilim, part human, part reptilian, part human. And so these are bodies that are part human, but just understand the soul essence is extraterrestrial, going into the part human alien body. So the soul essences are Anunnaki, the soul essences are reptilian, and these are like their boots on the ground here on Earth. So this is a military strategy. We love all. We love even the hybrids. We love the fallen angels. This is unity. We don't exclude anyone, but we also are mindful. We're not clueless. We're mindful of what these beings are capable of and what their purpose is. And so, but every one of those hybrids, every one of them have to awaken to and make their own free will choice. Okay, so it is possible for one of these hybrids to cater more towards their human part, more towards their diamond sun part. Excuse me. They want to. It's a choice, just like we have choices down here. The Guardians have choices, or regular humans have choices. So yeah, the DNA. Just understand there's a lot of DNA happening. There could be extra chromosomes. And actually, technically, there's people with less than 3 strands of DNA. So those people are 2.5 strands. When you get things happening to the DNA template, because the Guardians talk about something called the DNA template, which is different than the chemical DNA. Okay, DNA template is, now we're start talking about Colonic Science and the Cathara. Okay, the energy structure behind the physical matter. Okay, and it is actually, how most not medicine, on Earth, or hospitals, or the medical industry, they focus on the physical, superficial body, chemical. In these spiritual teachings, in a spiritual journey, like we're doing with the innerchristos, we go behind the matter form into the energetic structures. And there is a very important energy structure called the Cathara grid, and that is our original. That is what we fix. We fix that through conscious techniques of light, color, sound, symbol codes. Like a 6-pointed star is a symbol code, a very powerful one, and so we're using that to run energy to heal our distorted DNA. So you can go deeper into that. The one that asked about the chromosome thing. And look into the Cathara teachings, and you will learn more about that. And maybe she mentions something about people specifically with different chromosomes, but there's just a lot of information that's out there in the different workshops. So, but it's interesting how we got different type of beings on Earth with different DNA templates. And how we have a 12-strand template called the diamond sun? Well, that doesn't mean they're turned on. If you're in 3D, only 3 of them are turned on. The other 9 are fragmented in our junk DNA, what scientists call junk DNA. It's not junk. It's like your Marvel superhero powers waiting to activate. You start opening these higher chakras, man, most humans don't have that. That's coming from starseed DNA. Okay? So we're trying to activate it, that junk, the junk DNA. Because let's say you descend instead of ascend from 3D to now 2D, I mean. Well, now you only have two strands, Vato, of consciousness, and a different. You lost some of your DNA. You lost some of your consciousness. You lost some of your physical form. You become like an animal or an elemental or a plant. Those are the beings. That's the consciousness that only has two strands. That's why it's shocking to find out when I heard Ashiana say that some people have only 2.5 strands on Earth. When we're trying to get 5 strands and they're not even gotten their third yet. And this is all individual, you would say, because each individual lives 12 lifetimes in our immediate soul family, but we live 144 lifetimes in our greater family. And so what have they done? What have you done with your 144 different lives? Maybe that's why there's certain people still lacking, still behind with only 2.5 strands. Now, we have between 2.5 to 3.5 strands on Earth in our populations. So the people who are 3.5 strands are above they're going beyond. They're like in the marathon, they would be, we're not competing, but what I'm saying, they're ahead of the pack, the head of most humans, stuck in the lower strands. Stuck in the lower strands is being stuck in your spiritual evolution. You want to gain, you want to expand, you want to grow. So, and everyone has that free will choice. Every one of you has the same, potential. Life Path 22? Yeah, the master numbers 11, 22, and 33. And we talk about that. Those are specific times in our life. Specifically 11 years old, 22 years old, 33 years old is when we used to ascend, called when here we die, but when you have the immortal body, you don't die. It starts with a T, not transmute, but basically it's like transmuting. You're gonna, dang, what's the word? They do it in while they're alive. You'll see them disappear into this thing of light, and they just ascended. Okay, so right now we have to die though, unfortunately. You mean 144 lifetimes as humans, guys? Yeah, we say lifetimes, we mean reincarnations. That means we're in the density 1 of Earth. Okay, we come from density 2 of Tara. Okay, but density 1 of Earth, we're going to live in our immediate soul family. You have one soul who projects 12 of itself down here in the incarnate level. That's your immediate soul family. But we know that there's an oversoul. You have an oversoul that has 12 souls. So that means 12 souls create 12 incarnations. That means your greater soul family down here is 144. So just to answer your question, yes, our immediate soul family is 12. That would be 12 boys, 12 girls, which are paired together as soulmates and twin flames. So we have 12 of those in our immediate family. You guys will come to understand through these teachings that 12 is a very important number. Same with 3s, 6s, 9s, and 12s. You know how Tesla says 3, 6, 9? Well, go a little bit farther than that. 3, 6, 9, 12. There's numbers in God. There's calculation in God. So isn't it just about spirit? It's about spirit and science. That's why this is called spiritual science. So the people stuck over here, it's polarized. Spiritual religions polarized because they don't include science. Science doesn't believe in a soul or spiritual topics. It is cut off from the full truth. They're both distorted. They're both polarized. They don't have the whole thing. Okay? You want the whole thing. You want to be omnipolar. That's why we call this consciousness, the 12th dimensional consciousness, omni. That means all polarities. Okay? Religion and science, they're only part of the story, part of the information. And on Earth, they're both distorted to begin with. So, so we're trying to undistort, we're trying to take care of things like that. Yeah, you see how when you put my name, it highlights. Christos Avatar, it'll highlight. So thank you for that, Gaia. Jonathan Daddy, yes, but it gets really deep into the science part as well. That is the part where we start called Colonic Science. I don't get people who just refer to these entire systems as KS. I want to tell you right now, that's a distortion. The entire system is called first of all, the original translations were done 248,000 years ago. I believe 200,000 years plus. They're called the innerchristos. They didn't call it Colonic Science. Okay? Colonic Science is part of it. But people are calling it Colonic Science, but it's not. The entire thing is called innerchristos, Law of One. So, okay? So, and then there's that itself are simply translations of something greater called the CDT plates. I'm sure if you guys have read Voyagers, or heard any of this information, you know something about the CDT plates. Cloister, Dora, Terra plates. Cloister, Dora, Terra. These are holographic disc records, not some old Bible that you found or the Dead Sea Scrolls or something you found buried. This is technology coming from the higher dimensions. So its original form is not a book. It's from a disc records. And so these CDT plates is where this original teachings are coming from. So the original, not the copies or translations, but the original is on the CDT plates. And I'll be making a video about that, but you don't have to wait for me. You can find it out in the Voyagers books. Cloister, Dora, Terra. The first word, cloister, that's another word for starseed, just so you know. So cloister, Dora, Terra. Dora is, we're talking about this language, or these teachings are based on the original extraterrestrial language called Anuhazi, the Lyran Anuhazi language. So Dora is a Anuhazi word for soul. So starseed soul, the soul level, which is dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Most of us starseeds are coming from dimensions 4, 5, and 6, while humans are in the third. Okay? So Dora, so these CD plates, a lot of the information is for us, these were given to us from the soul level, the Dora level. And then the Terra level is the oversoul level, dimensions 7, 8, and 9. So starseed, soul, oversoul teachings. Starseed, that's what Cloister, Dora, Terra means. Starseed, soul, and oversoul teachings. But obviously there's avatar teachings and ascended master, or Rishi teachings and ascended master teachings. But we're the earth drama, so we're dealing mostly with soul and oversoul. Cloister, Dora, Terra plates. And we'll be talking more about that in detail. So, in other workshops in a separate video just about that. It's at the beginning of, I believe, Voyagers 1. Okay? Or maybe Voyagers 2 as well, but it's mentioned in most workshops, okay? Most people want to know source, and that's where they're coming from. Not from the Dead Sea Scrolls, not from some rabbis and what do you call Sadducees and Pharisees. No. It's coming from guardian groups who are extraterrestrials, which your Bibles don't even talk about extraterrestrials. They're coming from extraterrestrials who are serving the law of one, who are, they're not following dogmas or religions. They're following a sacred universal law of one. It's not an earth thing, but it includes earth. It's an everywhere thing. That's what law of one is. And it's the understanding within yourself that all are God, including yourself, including anything and everything, are creations of the omnipresent Creator. Omnipresent, God is everywhere. He can't be somewhere. It's everywhere. That's what omnipresence means. Omnipresence does not mean only believers. Omnipresence means all. God is all. And that is the fundamental, the number uno, first and foremost concept in the Emerald Order teachings. Okay? Because all religions, patriarchal penis clubs, they put down women. It's about the male. It's a male God with a male son. Where's the women? Where's the women in that teaching? Okay? Okay, the women came out of the godly male. BS. Distortion. Red flag. The all. Omnipolar. Male is part. Female is part. And not polar. Not omnipolar. We want to bring both are equal. All are creations of Creator. God is everywhere. Omnipresence, baby. Even you contradict yourselves in religion. You call God omnipresent, but you say believers, chosen ones, chosen people, only certain people. Bullshit. That is not law of one. That is not all are equal. That is a hierarchy. That is elitism. That is favoritism in God. There is no favoritism in the real God. There's plenty of fake gods. Okay, plenty of pantheon of gods. And so you have free will if you want to believe in that God or this God or their God, but there's only one Creator, and that Creator is omnipresent. And it is actually part of God. What we exist in is called a hologram of matter. We exist in a hologram of matter, you guys. That's the only place, where you're going to find shadow or darkness. There is no darkness outside of the hologram fields. So all the people promoting darkness, they say, oh, we're all God, but it's a part of God that's down here. Okay, you're limited. That's what darkness does to itself. It self-annihilates itself. It distorts itself. It breaks itself down. It fragments itself. You return to God too. What I mean is you return to source. You return to Creator too. Through falling. People following law of one, they're going to expand into God. You're falling into unconscious oblivion. It's the path of chaos leads you to this destiny of sorrow. And so everything returns back to source God. Everything returns back to its source. The one source, the one God, the one spirit, the one mind, the one body, the one God. Okay? And that's what these teachings are based on. And you don't have to agree. Yes, I shall prevail, said it. I just read it. I am God. Say it with me. You don't have to be ashamed to say it. When you understand the unity consciousness, you understand that you're God. Say it. With no shame. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Excuse me. And you believe it when you say it. And you try to visualize it as well. You make that like a daily affirmation. Say it a few times a day. Eventually, that is energy within itself. That is an energy, an positive, strong affirmation that will help you understand these concepts and teachings. So much respect to you guys who are learning these information. I shall prevail. Well, I wouldn't agree with you there. We're not clones, okay? Do clones exist? Sure, there's clones. Now, we're real people. We're called earth seeds. We're not clones, buddy. Okay, so we have a whole, you would say, guardian project going on, and it's called a genetic hybridization experiment. And so we're hybridizing the Lemurians, the Hyperboreans, the Polarians, the Atlanteans, the Aryans. They're not clones. These are what we are, and we're combining all these races over time, progressively. Like, for example, the Atlanteans came in 73,000 years ago, okay? And the Aryans came in a few thousand years after that. So, and that's in this seeding, human seeding 3. No clones, buddy. Human seeding 2, real people, not clones. Human seeding 1, real people, not clones. I don't know where you get that from. So there are clones, and you would say there are people who would be creating clones, and a lot of it, the dark races are creating clones, but also guardians are known to create clones. It's not a bad thing to create a clone. One of the reasons why the guardians would make a clone was, let's say, ascension is happening, and some of you everyone needs 5 strands of DNA. Remember, there's some that only have 2.5 strands. That's 2 in a stub. Okay, but we need 5. Some of you won't be having 5. Maybe you're close to 5. Maybe you're almost at 5 strands. Well, the guardians would evacuate you in a UFO and put you in a clone body to take you through. You would be temporarily in a clone body. Because you cannot take this body to density matter 2. You understand? You have to be in this is carbon matter body, and you're going to go to carbon crystal, it's called crystal carbon etheric density matter. Not just carbon. It's twice as dense as we are, like ghost-like compared to this body. So you cannot take this body there. So the guardians would put you in a clone body. Just saying. Cancering girl, Actunify. Some are of the opinion to say I am God is a God complex. Actunify. Thank you for your point of view, Holy One. So this is not coming from a space of ego. I am God is understanding what I just explained. What I just explained, that all are part of the omnipresent God. It comes down to as simple as that. All are creations of the Creator. All are part of God. And saying that you understand that I am God, I am part of the everything. And you say, the way you say this sentence, some people say, what are people? People are God. Even if they don't believe it or understand it, they're in a part of consciousness in the hologram. Remember, this is a hologram. And the hologram is dimensionalized, down steps of God. You say each one is a smaller portion of God. So those parts down in the lower vibrations are simply don't remember all those parts of itself. Don't remember it's connected to God. The fallen angels are completely disconnected from that. They chose to do that over time, progressively. Remember, lifetime after lifetime. We all live 1,728 cells minimum. So even the fallen angels have lived those lives and made those choices. And it is there where they don't remember that they're God. So like Actunify said, some people think it's arrogance or prideful or there's God to be saying you're God. Do you guys understand? I mean, raise your hand. Do you understand what this means? All are God. It's not an ego thing to say. It's not a pride thing to say. It's you saying, I am God, understanding unity. Understanding that it's one, there is only one being. Ultimately, there is only one reality. It's one being, it's one reality. There isn't people. The concept of people is an illusion. The concept of physical bodies is an illusion. Time, space, matter is an illusion. The truth is, the real hardcore truth is it's only one being projecting itself in different levels of itself, in different vibrations of itself to create, to learn itself. God doesn't stop creating. God doesn't stop learning. God is projecting itself at different levels of itself in different experiments of itself. In this experiment, it's an experiment of free will. And God is experimenting in the hologram field. Not in the greater God worlds. In the hologram fields, God is experimenting with itself. They're all God. These people you're talking about are God. That's the whole thing, is understanding that. I am God means I understand that we're all one being. You understand, saying I am God is saying to everyone else that, hey, we're all God. I'm God, you're God, everyone's God. Much respect. I am goddess. Lucky rabbit. And you guys understand, in the greater levels of spiritual evolution and physical evolution, let me say that again. In the higher density matters, in the higher dimensions, there is no gender. Okay? God is not called God or goddess. God is not a boy or a girl. Eventually, we leave gender and become androgynous. We don't have penis or vaginas. Okay? There is no gender in God at the higher levels. Down in the lower evolution of spirit, we experience what it's like to be a male and a female. Soulmates, twin flames. We become both. We are both in these lower levels of spiritual evolution. Just saying. Because this whole ideas of gods and goddesses, that's all the pantheon of gods. It's the paganism, it's the Wicca, it's the different timelines where we're identifying with God as a boy or a girl. God is not a boy or a girl. God is both girls and boys, what you call androgynous. God is an it. The Guardians call God an it. The Guardians call God not God, they call it, the Unisci. Say it with me. It's an Anahazi word, Lyran word. Unisci. Unisci. Okay? So the Guardians call God not God, they call it the Unisci. They don't call it goddess or God. They understand and realize, well, they are in these higher fields without gender. I mean, if some of you have checked, have you seen these other worlds, these higher evolved worlds, these higher evolved ETs? There's no gender up there. Okay? The whole concept of existing in a polarized expression that ascends and becomes a omnipolar expression. Polarized expression or omnipolar. Now, when you reach 12th dimension, you're no longer polarized. You're focused on the all. You're focused on not some or half, but the all. And so that is called omni-love. Omni-Christos love, baby. What's up? Machiwa. Ninjas, vatos! How do you spell Unisci? Oh, Y-U-N-A-S-A-I. Una, like Luna, but it's a Y. Unisci. One word, Unisci. And that would be in, yeah, Bell said it right there. That's how you spell it. And this is all our spiritual journey, you guys. We're all going on some type of change, some type of transformation. And we look within to find ourselves, our higher selves, which is us. We're simply trying to find our higher, bring it in while we're here. That's part of ascension. If you don't bring in your higher consciousness, you're not ascending. Bringing in higher consciousness is bringing more of your body, your DNA template, and growing your fourth strand and your fifth strand and your sixth strand. Heart, throat, third eye. You're bringing in this, which is called the soul level. Down here is the incarnate level. Butt consciousness, your root chakra, groin consciousness, sex consciousness, and the mind, the ego. Okay, that's lower expressions of God. We're trying to go into the soul, which is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and the only reason why that's available here on a 3-dimensional planet Earth is because 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional star seeds are bringing it in. And when you bring in 4th dimensional consciousness, 5th dimensional consciousness, 6th dimensional consciousness, it raises the average of the planet's consciousness. It also makes it available, the 4th, 5th, and 6th strand, to the Earth seeds. Remember, this is one of your reasons for star seeds and indigo children to incarnate here, is to bring in the DNA, which is equivalent to the consciousness. You damage the consciousness, you damage the body template, which is why there's seals and blocks in the DNA template, so it would affect the consciousness. So the body is important. We want to take care of that. You don't want to mess around with it. You don't want it to distort it and add shit to it. You don't want to change it, modify it. Transhumanism, trans this, trans that. You don't want to be human. You want to be something other than human. Where's that coming from? Put down the women. Where's that coming from? They want you to be off, not human. They're against human. There's an attack on human, attack on your identity, attack on your gender, attack on your consciousness, attack on your spirituality, attack on your memory. They're attacking us on our air, our food, our water. It's a multifaceted spiritual war. And all religions, you will learn from these teachings, all religions have been changed. Okay? Now it's a bunch of patriarchal clubs. Patriarchal religions. Even Hinduism is patriarchal. They put down women too. Okay, so try to find any religion that's not patriarchal. Just try. See if you come up with a big list of non-patriarchal religions. Cosmic Lighthouse. Is there a true Archangel Michael, or is he simply a false holy icon? Thank you for asking, Holy One. And I have made a video about that. You might want to check it out. This is also someone asked a question about Lucifer. Well, this is similar to that. Archangel Michael is not a person. Archangel Michael is a race. They don't call themselves Archangel Michael though. These are I forgot the full name. Let me look on my diagram. I know it has to do with the necromatons, but let me make sure. Actually, I might as well share this with you while you're live. I will show you Archangel Michael. So this is God projecting itself. That's why all these billions, trillions, quadrillions of people are one being. All these different beings are one being. This is the concept of the law of one. But we have something called a race. It's a hybrid between the Anunnakis and the reptilians, and specifically Marduk Necromaton. Oh, did I get that right? Let me check. I thought I put this on the diagram. I guess I didn't. I didn't put where Archangel Michael is. I believe it's this race. Wait. I believe it's the Marduk Necromatons who are Archangel Michael. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but it is. Actually, let me look in Voyagers. But it's one of these fallen angelic hybrid races. Let me check this. It should be on the first result of Voyagers 2. Michael. Nephite, Nephilim, Necromatons. Nephite, Nephilim, Necromatons. Okay. Nephite, Nephilim, Necromatons. So, let me go back. So the Nephite, Nephilim, and Necromatons they created this character, Archangel Michael. And it's focused on the New Agers, okay? Starseeds who don't know better. It's focused on the channeling. This is about channeling when you start talking about Archangel Michael. And they use technologies to channel through to light workers who don't know better. Okay, who are channeling. You're not supposed to be. I mean, you shouldn't be channeling. It's dangerous. It's risky, but people do it anyways. And they never ask who they're channeling. Who are you? You know, do you serve law of one or unity? You know, do you serve the Christos? They don't ask questions like that. They just, they're so excited that someone's out there, anyone out there is talking to them or, you know, speaking to them. I'm an angel channeler. This is a dark, nefarious consciousness meant to trick the human race, trick starseeds, okay? Giving you this hierarchy, angel hierarchy. There's no hierarchy in God. In the fallen creeds, false creeds, there is. Excuse me. And if you guys are going to be studying the Voyagers material, you will find out that Archangel Michael, that this character named Enoch, Thoth, the Galactic Federation, these type of beings are actually false creeds. They're fallen angelic. Archangel Michael, and we talk about the angels with the word El at the end of their name. Michael, Gabriel, Ariel. What's with that? Is that a coincidence? Why would coincidentally all these angels have the name El at the end? It's a call sign for the first fallen angelic race called the Anu Elohim. Elohim, El, E-L. Mike, L, E-L. Okay, it's a reference to fallen angelics. Now, once again, you guys don't have to believe this information. You don't have to believe me or Ashana or the teachings. You make your own free will. I'm just answering you from, once again, the Emerald Order perspective. Mochiwa, vato locos. Kefe. Hello, welcome, Holy One. Good, thank you for being a member. Dimensional blend, which one are you? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe I lost part of the conversation there. But yeah, you guys, let me, yeah, it looks like I missed something here. Let me go. Simone K. Simone K, thank you, Holy One. You're so kind. Thank you so much. And she has a question, but let me say thank you to Matthew. La Machia. Thank you, Holy Ones. Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar. And you guys, I do literally work full-time, almost up to 18 hours a day doing this work. I don't know who works, and I'm talking about weekends too, 7 days a week. So thank you guys for that exchange of energy. Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar. And Simone K asked a question too. Can you talk about inner earth path? Did you mean to say the word path? Inner earth path? Okay, so thank you for that question, Holy One. Now, inner earth is a version of earth. Okay? Just like phantom earth is a version of earth and parallel earth is a version of earth. Tara, Gaia, Armatena are versions of earth. Well, there's another version of earth called inner earth. Okay? But it's a set itself is a program by the Guardian groups. The Guardians group created inner earth. It's actually located in the sun. So there is it's called some type of zone. It's an energy zone or a type of zone. I forgot the technical word, but inner earth is around the year 5000 AD in the future. 5300 AD, 200 AD, 5000. It's far in the future. And so they're more advanced, they're more spiritually evolved than us, and that was part of the original Ascension program. the original idea was because we know if you stay on this earth, the guardians even tell us in your future here on this timeline, the Dracos, which I made a video about, and the Zetas, they're a team. The Zeta Dracos team take over planet Earth. They do a false Christ returning. Okay? They use CERN. They brainwash people. Okay? They take over people in your future. So the Guardians created a future timeline called Inner Earth to go around that, to ascend to past that point. So now you had, they're not going to wipe out the reptilians, that's not the law of one, but they're going to give Guardians wanting to ascend a way to get around there. This doesn't work anymore, guys. You can't use this bridge. It's called the Bridge Zone Project. You can't use the Bridge Zone anymore. That's the one thing in, remember, this book was written during modern times and during present activities. But things happened. Now you can't use the Bridge Zone to ascend. That'd be nice. But anyways, it still exists. There's still beings in Earth. And actually our human seeding 3 was populated by beings from inner Earth. The 12 nations, 12,000 times 12 was 144,000 who came to the surface and made 12 different nations around planet Earth. Whatever your scientists are telling you, whatever your religions are telling you, that's another false timeline. Okay, you're learning the true heritage through the Emerald Order teachings. So, this is something that if you have 4.5 strands of DNA, you can go to inner Earth. Okay? If you have 5 strands of DNA, which is only a half strand more, you will get to Tara. You want to get to 5D Tara, you guys. To get to the 5 strands to get to 5D. The inner Earth is actually 4.5. Dimension 4.5. What? No, it's 3.5 time zone. So you need 4.5 strands to get there. Remember, okay, one important thing to ascension, you guys, or who you are as an identity. You're not the body. It's part of who you are, but you're not the body identity. Your true identity is the soul in 4th dimension. All humans are 4D consciousness having a human experience in 3D. Okay? So your soul is always, your spirit is always one, your consciousness is always one level higher than your body. Okay? So while you're in, let's say, 3.5, dimension 3.5, even Voyager's book says it. It says 3.5 dimension. What does 3.5 mean? It means 3.5. 3.5 dimension. So that means you need 4.5 strands to be there physically. Your consciousness will be in the 4.5 period, but your body, just like here on Earth, we're actually 4D beings having a 3D experience. Well, you need to be a 4.5 being a 3.5 being to be in inner Earth. It's a future timeline. It's more spiritually evolved. It's more technologically evolved. It's in another density matter. Okay? It's a whole nother evolution. And so we're going to be there, you guys. If you ascend, you're going to be in inner Earth before you're in Tara. Just so you understand that. So this is part of our ascension process. And because now there is an inner Earth, 3.5, inner Earth, well, now there's an inner Tara and an inner Gaia and an inner Armantena. Okay? Like I said, there's a lot of New Agers who think it's not important. You guys, it still exists even if we don't use it to ascend. We have to do something else to ascend. But it's still there, and there's still races coming out of there. And it's not perfect either. Inner Earth is not perfect. Because they have, just like the Anunnaki have effed with us on Earth, in seeding 3, seeding 2, and seeding 1, well, they effed with us in inner Earth too. There's darkness also in inner Earth. So it's not perfect either. But it's certainly better than here. When you evolve, you want to go something greater and better than Earth, well, it would be inner Earth. And then greater than inner Earth would be Tara. You eventually want to get your ass to Tara. That's where our original human race is from. We're returning back to where we came from. And there's a whole history of how we fell and how we developed on Earth. And all these different root races, like the Hyperboreans, Polarians, Lemurians, Atlanteans, us, the Aryans, and then there's going to be something after us. After we're gone, there's going to be a race called the Mavarians. And then after the Mavarians is a race called, in the farther future, called the Unchechi. So that's 7 Earth seeds, man. And then you're going to get the 5 starseed races. 7 plus 5 is 12. We have 12 races in our prototype angelic human DNA. But most humans only have 3 in Earth. So we're trying to change that. You want to change that. So hopefully that helped your question a little bit there. Machiwa vatos! Member for 2 months. Welcome, Holy One. How do I rid vampiric energies around me, Christos? Lately, it's been draining me of positive energies. Thank you for becoming a member again, Holy One. And good question. Experiencing vampiric energies means you have an issue with your energies. It's a wake-up call. You have some problems with your own life. You're doing something in your life, something you're saying, something you're thinking, something that you believe in, or following like a religion, or there's something in your relationships, maybe something in your household, something around your life, in your life, something in your life is distorted or broken or bringing in this energy. So you start having problems with negative dark beings, the first thing you want to do is clean up your energies and relationships, your thoughts, your actions. Start cleaning that shit right up. Be honest with yourself, be brutal with yourself, and fix and make changes right now in your life. Make changes in your relationships, make changes in your diet, make changes in who your dialogues, your conversations, your thought patterns. That's the first advice. Start making changes because something's not working. Something's bringing in this. Find out and isolate what is bringing this in. There's a source to it. What is the source? Because you won't be seeing dark entities if you got your shit going on. So you want to start protecting yourself and start cleansing yourself. Shit, did I even put this incense on? No, I didn't. This is one thing you can do. Throw away your stick incense. You don't want to be using chemically, that's what stick incense is. It's just a bunch of freaking chemicals. You want to use real incense resin. Or sage. Sage is an herb from earth. So is pot, cannabis. You want to use the real deal. Not some fake stick incense. You can use sweetgrass. You can use Palo Santo. These are things you want to start. You're having experiences with dark entities, dark energies. Well, you need to start cleansing yourself, cleansing your space that you're in. And this is one way right here. Resin, incense resins. The most powerful one you could start using. Just go buy this stuff right now. Is you need charcoal discs, and then you need the bags of resin. You don't have to get a whole pound like I do, but you can get a few ounces or whatever. And also, you do inner work, of course, too. I'm just telling you the first thing that is this cleansing space, cleansing your own body. It's called smudging. People call it smudging. And also you want to start getting into the techniques. There's a powerful technique called the Maharic Seal technique. You learn that in Cathara. And if you guys want to find Cathara, I'm sure Little Alien or Starman or Indigo or Celine will give you a link. Okay, just like you can find a link for any of the stuff by looking for our teacher's name, Ashiana Dean. Ashiana Dean, followed by whatever you're trying to look for. And so, put Ashiana Dean Kathara. Kathara is spelled Kathara. There's a Kathara workshop, there's Kathara PDFs. PDF is something you download to your device, like a book. It's not a Kindle, but it's a PDF that you can put on any device, right? Well, these books, these are on PDF that you can download. And so you want to find the PDF for Kathara or find the video. Like I said, I'm teaching you guys how to find the information. You put the word Ashiana Dean Kathara in YouTube search, in Google Internet search, in the Telegram app. Why Telegram? Because people were being kicked off of YouTube for copyright reasons, no less. So, okay, so now they started putting Ashiana workshops on Telegram, she can't kick you off of there. And people are going to share the information, somehow, some way. So this is how you do it. This is how you find it. Learn Kathara so you can learn, actually, the Maharic Seal technique is in Voyagers too. It's not covered as detailed, but yeah, let me find the page number. Wait, look in the index first. Well, let me type Maharic Seal. Oh, wow. Okay, I got to look in the... This is such a big book, man. It's over 600 pages long. Appendix. Dang. Appendix 4. Appendix 5. Well, let me put... God. The Maharic Seal, page 496, but that's not PDF page. Yes, on page 509, it's called the Field Technique 2, the Maharic Seal. You will learn how to protect yourself. I was answering your question. Well, the Maharic Seal is one of the ways you protect yourself. It is the Emerald Covenant protection thing. Not a New Age thing. It's an actual teaching from the Emerald Order. And it's called, the Maharic Seal is your 12th dimensional current, the Christos current around your body. Has to do with visualization. Remember I said earlier, light, color, sound, and symbol code. You're going to learn how to use the 6-pointed star in your middle of your third eye in specific color, pale silver color, and a pale silver color. But it teaches you how to do it. And so there's steps to it. You memorize it and start practicing the Maharic Seal. So make those changes I suggested. Start cleansing your space, cleanse your body, and start learning protection techniques from the Emerald Order teachings. That was just the first one. You can learn different ones. There's different ones and different ways to run energy. So, and you guys, that's a sign for anyone. If anyone's experiencing some dark shit, and it's not just a one-time type of attack from a witch or something, you realize that you have to, there's something going on in your energies that you have to address. Something going on in your house, in your life, in your thoughts, where you have to take a look at yourself and start making improvements and start securing yourself, protecting yourself, sealing yourself, and putting boundaries in your life. So don't allow certain people in your life. You can love them and know they're part of God, but you don't want to be hanging around them because they're bringing you down, draining you. They're vampires. You can love a vampire, but don't love it or don't like it. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Medusa Stones, greetings, Holy One. Good to have you. eucalyptus. Isn't that what they put in Vicks? NyQuil? I put eucalyptus right here with Vicks. Put it right here so I'm sleeping with it. But you can get the essential oil. Smash that like button, vatos! Yeah. Monica, yeah, copal. It comes from South America, generally. This is benzoin. I'll put that on there too. Now, there's probably hundreds of different resins. I'm just talking about the ones that I use and like and study. There's one type of copal. It's called white copal. There's also a gold copal. Each one has its own energy. And here's another one called benzoin. There's another one I don't usually have with me right now, but actually I have some of it, but it's called myrrh. Like, even in the Bible, they talk about Jesus getting frankincense and myrrh. Well, that's another good one to have to cleanse your body and cleanse your space. And also, something I do regularly as well is, why not pray to your own avatar self? Pray to the Emerald Order guardians or whatever guardians. You know, I pray for that protection within myself. But why not also, you know, ask for the guidance towards that protection from your higher selves? Speak to your own my own Christos avatar, myself, ourself, your Christos avatar. Speak, you know, this being sees your life and your experiences. It's your itself and it's yourself. So why not open a dialogue, intention to your higher self, and ask for that protection? You're going to do it yourself, but you're also going to be asking for it. You're very, very mindful when you're having those problems. You want to be very mindful of all your, you know, assets, your higher consciousness. You know, get that guidance from them, that part of you. It's you. You're just in a different part of the creation than the higher parts are. But they see more. They know more in their current state. So you want to benefit from that communication. Remember, it's not channeling when you're going through your own self, going within your own self to yourself. So that's what the guardians do. You know, we don't channel. We use telepathy through our own family of consciousness, not someone else's family of consciousness, not an archangel family of consciousness. You have your own archangel. You have your own angel. You have your own avatar. So don't go, what are you doing looking out here for someone else's? You want to go within. Everything's within. There is nothing without. There is nothing. This is all an illusion. You know, there's an illusion of light, an illusion of time, space, and matter. It's part of the experience as spirit. We experience physicality. Physicality is not real. We're not solid. When everything is, even at the particle level, is vibration, oscillation, well, there's nothing that's actual standing still and physical. Everything's moving. Everything's a dance. Everything's a symphony. It's just part of the energies coming from Creator, Source God. Okay? And a lot of people call that prana or chi or ki, but it's kundalini at different levels. There's kundalini, but there's also maharata, which I just mentioned to you. You want to see, notice that we're going beyond kundalini to protect ourselves. The maharata is the 12D current. And beyond maharata is something even greater called the ki-rishe. Beyond the ki-rishe life force energies are the kundare. And I put that in the diagram as well. Let me just show that real quick. And you guys know that you can get this diagram. It's for sale, or you get to have it if you're a member, avatar or higher. So we have the Kundalini is dimensions 1 through 9. So obviously we're part of that on Earth. Dimensions 1 through 9 is Kundalini. But when you go beyond into 12, 10, 11, 12, now we're talking about Maharata, greater than Kundalini, dimensions 10 through 12. And then there's something greater than Maharata called the Kirushe, dimensions 13 through 15. And then finally, there's something greater outside the entire time matrix called Kundare, which is where the Unisai is. We mentioned earlier the Unisai. The Unisai that includes everything within itself. Machiwa. Much respect to you and your personal journey, holy ones. Spiritual journey, vatos! What's up? I don't know about you, who wants to get lit? You know, we always have a part of the show where we get lit. Not always, but you know. At least Helena was going to get lit with me. Let me grab that. Yeah, baby! You got this. You're not alone. Did you know that? You're not alone, homie. No one's alone, even though maybe you feel lonely. But you're not. You're not alone. You have higher selves. And maybe you can't perceive them, but they can perceive you. Chicas. But they will not go against your free will. They follow law of one. Maybe some of your parts are shadow. Maybe they don't follow law of one. You know, you can't say that maybe not all your soul family is serving law of one. Maybe some of it's naughty and exploring shadow. My chihuahua. And so part of our spiritual journey, we're gonna bump into some darkness, some shadow, you know. So part of us being here on such a low frequency vibration of God, we experience some of that down here for sure. But you're not limited to that experience. Even on earth, you can experience unconditional love, joy, bliss, you know, mindfulness, grace. We want to find those parts within ourselves. And actually, that should be part of your journey. Part of your journey, well, somebody wants to get lit. Part of your, he programmer and Helena. Helena's ready. So there was a couple of you that said, and Little Alien, and Celine, and Spiral Anomaly. But yeah, you guys, so we're connecting to ourself, connecting to higher selves while we're in the 3D earth. While we're here at this level of reality, realize that you're not just an individual, we are collectives. We're a collective consciousness. We're a greater consciousness. And I think about that, you know, like within my own family, and you guys can think about your family. Well, they're stuck in religion, man. Well, some of my family don't even follow anything. They're just 3D people, just whatever. And so it's not like they call themselves atheists. They just don't go to some church or something. And everyone has their own understanding. Okay? It's just that a lot of the earth is in a fallen state or going into a fallen state. And they find their own way or their own, you know, it's like we get so wrapped up in 3D life, we don't think about spiritual stuff. Some people don't think about anything spiritual. Then there's other people who spend a whole deal in their religion. And then there's people like us in the Emerald Order teachings following in this consciousness, trying to bring it in. These teachings teach us how to bring in a higher consciousness. This teachings, I've never seen it anywhere where they start talking about an eighth chakra? Who knew about the eighth chakra before the innerchristos? Okay? When you go online and search for chakra and you look in the images, you see 7. Okay? That's a distortion. That's a lie. You don't have 7. You have more than 7. All humans have a potential of 12. 12 chakra. Not just red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And notice how a lot of people have different colors. They will call the third eye indigo. What? Or I mean violet. I mean, this is violet. This is blue. This is blue violet or indigo. But people will have different opinions. It's not a matter of opinion. You get the wavelength wrong. You're getting the connection wrong. You know, there's a light blue chakra, a blue chakra, and a dark blue chakra. Which blue are you doing? Visualizing, right? It makes a difference. The color of a chakra is not an opinion, it's a wavelength. Red is a specific wavelength. It's science, not opinion. You have the same holographic grinder? What's up? Yeah, I had to grind up some stuff that usually lasts me at least a week or two. I don't smoke like I used to. Like, that would be like, and I'm talking hits. Like my dad, he would do bowls. He would be smoking all day. I'm like, what? How are you not having issues? We're not meant to be high all day. Come on. And ultimately, you want to smoke nothing or take anything. Ultimately, the human race will evolve into, ultimately, breatharians. That means in the future, as a matter of fact, I've heard Ashana say that most people are breatharian up there. We have different bodies. We don't need to eat. Okay? Especially if we have different new bodies and we're as a race, we are following the law of one up there. Down here, it's not even close to that. Charge your medicine. Use your hand chakra, your transmitting hand chakra. Can you feel it? You should feel energy in your palm a little bit, even a little bit. Especially when you pay attention and know that in the middle of your palm, you have a chakra. And when you put it over something, I feel mine tingle when I put my hand over it. The middle of my palm starts tingling. Go into silence, stillness, and feel. Check what you feel. In your body, in your consciousness, check. Now, smoking doesn't lead you to ascension. That's not my message. But bona fide bona fide, it boosts your chakra. That's all I'm saying. So I always suggest, as your brother Thavian, to explore consciousness. Even try something stronger, like something that, like mushroom on your salad. You want to make sure that at least once in your life, see what that is about. Explore it. Check it. Like right now, I feel my foot chakra and my heart chakra and my third eye chakra. Like when I say feel, I feel the energy developing right there in that area. You know where the actual locations are? There's one near your butt, that's your root chakra. The one by your groin, your sex organs, is this sacral chakra. Red ray and then orange ray. And then this is your solar plexus. That's below your rib cage, right here. That's called the yellow ray, 3D. That's where most humans are, in the ego reasoning mind, right here. And they don't believe in spiritual stuff, they don't know of the spiritual stuff, then this is not activated. It's closed. Doesn't mean they can't activate whenever they have the interest and the focus and the knowledge and technology to do it, but they don't. Right now, they're not interested. Most humans are not interested in this. They are, into their sports, and I'm not saying it's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying their mind is in the superficial. Their desires and interests are the superficial, what's out here. They don't spend very much time standing still. Most people don't spend too much time going still. Not just staring at the devices, not just hearing the music, not just stimulation. Stop the stimulation and go into peace. Self. Go into self. Get those thoughts from self. Higher self, especially when you put the intention there. Here's a tip. Visualize a flame. Can you see a flame in front of you? How about make it blue? A blue flame. Can you see a blue flame? Visualize a blue flame right now. See it. See a blue flame. A single flame flickering. A flame. Fire. Maybe you can hear the blue flame burning. Okay? That connects you to the fifth dimension, honey. Get used to visualizing and visualizing and visualizing it. The blue flame. The 5D. You want to get to the blue flame, the 5D. What's up? Start visualizing it constantly. Not constantly. I mean every day, daily. A few times a day. Okay? Spend time going into stillness and visualizing a blue flame. What's up? You're going to learn some techniques with the blue flame, the 5D, consciousness. Remember, most humans are 3. You want more consciousness. This is the indigo child consciousness. This is the Blu-ray, and this is the astral. Kachiwas. See? Let those people be all into stimulation and externalization. You are spirit. You are a light worker. You are starseed. You're an indigo vato. You go inside into the creation mechanics, into the Parakai physics, into the breadth and depth of God. You become an expert in spirit, a master in your energies. You reclaim yourself, your God-given self, the God self, the inner self, your inner Templar. It's a spiritual science. Learn this spiritual science from the Emerald Order. There's a whole bunch of workshops under Ashiana Dean, our teacher, Iyasha. So remember, you're part of it. You came on this Emerald Covenant. This is your mission. This is your family. This is your homies. These are the holy ones. The Holy Grail line. In these teachings, they tell you, you're a Holy Grail. Magi kings, priest kings in Atlantis was a real place. You were in Lemuria. 12 tribes. 12 tribes of Christ, not Israel, the fallen angel. Shikasma. There is fake gods and fake Christ. We're talking about the real ones. We break it down. It's love versus hate. Light versus chaos. Which one do you choose? Because I know some of you choose the chaos, the dark. You're still God. But just know you're limited. Darkness is limited. Spiritually and physics-wise. Physics-wise, in the hologram of matter, density matter, you have Chika, you have all these experiences, all these different types of existence, all these types of different alien races. Some of them are angels, some of them are archangels, some of them are fallen angels, dark avatars. There is a spiritual war in free will. With free will comes a war. Wow, what? You have free will, some parts will choose. Ultimately, God is all-powerful, omnipotent. It can create dark versions of itself and entertain itself or learn from itself by doing so, by putting it in a part of itself in a creation called the hologram of matter. Technically, it's called a 15-dimensional time matrix. God put part of its consciousness in an experiment put part of itself to go into this mathematical encoded reality field to behave a certain way for itself to lose memory of itself. In this program, we're in the hologram simulation of God. In one of them, there's many holograms of God. We're in one of the 15-dimensional time matrix holograms. It doesn't make you a fake person. You are consciousness here in this simulation, in this hologram. Your consciousness projected itself into a simulation, like in virtual reality or like in this movie Total Recall. He puts himself into a machine and goes into a real, it's like a real-like world. You don't know the difference. Spirit doesn't know the difference. It's in the hologram, the illusion of physicality. There is no physicality. We're spirit having right now, human experience. We will also live as an astral experience. One day we'll be living an angelic human experience. One day you'll be experiencing the Holy Grail experience. God is everything, all experiences. God is all. You are God experiencing itself. How you doing? Self, God, Creator. Know yourself as Creator. Know yourself as God. I am God. You are God. We are God. All are God. All are one. That message is loving, is benevolent, compared to one that's about judgment and hatred. A hateful God, a judging God. Oh my gosh, holy ones. God is love. You just feel it. That's something you feel as a human spirit, human avatar, Christos avatar. You are holy, Christed avatars. And fallen angels are trying to make you forget that for a long, long time. Erasing your history, your memory. Your race is in amnesia. You are freaking badasses, man. You were created, the humans were created as a guardian race. The Anunnaki were created as an avenger race. Hello. We love the Anunnaki, but they make their choice. You know, the ones who fall, not all of them fell. Of course, I'm not saying that. But they are a fallen angelic race. Maybe some individuals get out. You know, certain factions or groups or individuals get out. So even a fallen angel can redeem itself. It's not about sin or guilt. It's about you changing your consciousness. And a fallen angel can gain back DNA through the guardian angelic nation's help. Of course, the guardians offer this service. It's a redemption contract for you to be able to change your DNA through what's called a host matrix. And that means you're going to get that DNA from a being who has it. You know, think of it this way. So one of your friends is dying and he needs your blood and you match that blood type. You want to give some of your life force to your friend. Does that make sense? You want them to continue living and they need a spark of you to live. You willingly, you're not going to be killed from that. You will. It's not a sacrifice. You're assisting someone who can't assist themselves. Who, especially when you know them, you live with them. You know. It's like people consider it to sacrifice. You know, or a mother is always looking to be that way with her children. You know, generally speaking, mother will be very protective even to her own life if she can save her children, right? So that's what's built into the mother. And so, but anyways, it's just a spiritual war, and you guys know that these beings want us to think of ourselves as terrible. Some reason, let me see if I can't. There's not a full screen on my monitor, but that's okay. Thank you guys for being here, holy ones, my vato locos, Christos avatars, holy avatars. All humans are avatars, minimum. That's 12 strand, right? Well, some got 24. Some got 36. And then finally, the highest level ones got 48 strands of DNA. Damn! Yeah, baby. What's up? You know, like Jeshua, Christ Avatar, Holy One, Indigo Child, Type 1. He had 48 strand potential. 48, man. That's the highest level you can get. Excuse me. Indigo Type 1s are around 48 strand. Indigo Type 2s are around 36 strand. So if you consider yourself an Indigo Type 2, you're around 36 strands potential, man. And the lowest one is Indigo Type 3, but has 24 strands still, compared to humans who only have 10. Or 12, I mean. We got something here going on. Seth Gabriel 999, yeah, baby, yeah. See, guys, Thank you, Holy One. You're awesome. Got any novel ideas as to how deactivate the voice of God implant? Implant? Well, maybe you could just do that through your own, spiritual will. Like, put all your attention into your soul matrix. I think your soul matrix would help, which is your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and the third eye. Work on those constantly, get those back into shape. Connect to those chakra levels of yourself, and you'll have tremendous results. And that's kind of like advice for everyone as well. If you guys want to work on the soul chakra, especially those of you who really keep asking, or yourself and other people, who am I? You guys keep on asking, keep on working on the heart, throat, and third eye. And your memory will return naturally, organically. It's just that we've been in a distortion. And plus, like I said, there's even literal blocks in the strands and substrands of our DNA So let's say if you have a 6-strand distortion or block, seal in your DNA, that will affect all these strands with up to 6.6 level. So that's like a detriment. You don't want to de-evolve. You want to evolve, right? So you're going to find out how to do that with consciousness. And so it's the system, man, coming from the guardians, and you just utilize it for your own spiritual awakening and ascension. Who doesn't want that? If you're interested in spiritual stuff, your final goal is spiritual ascension. Everything's leading to your spiritual ascension. All this life, all your experiences and relationships and all that, they're all leading to your spiritual ascension, which will happen. You will get the F out of life, out of this drama, into a new one. A new experience, a new memory, a new body, a new spirit, plus you're immortal. Up there, the human race is immortal. It doesn't mean you couldn't be destroyed, your body couldn't be destroyed, but you're not going to age and die. You're not going to die through aging, You're immortal. That's out of the way. Well, if you keep on living and living and living and look youthful forever, hell, man, I can't wait, right? I want to go back to that. What's up? So yeah, you could also work a lot on your pineal gland chakra, your third eye chakra. Do a lot of third eye work to activate it. Just put the intention of overpowering this. Bring in Christ energy, your own inner avatar, Christos energy, which is the color of, it's called pale silver, but imagine it as liquid mercury. That cool chrome liquid. Imagine that. That's Christ avatar. That's the Christ consciousness, the 12th dimensional consciousness. You want to learn how to bring that in by visualizing that. You see that pale silver. I would just call it chrome liquid, like liquid mercury. Or you could say liquid metal, like in Terminator 2 or 3. The one that turned shape from, it was like a liquid metal. It's like this. It looks cool. That's a cool example of liquid light. This is liquid light, man. The Christ avatar. You are a holy Christ avatar. You're a holy liquid light being. I'm liquid light, baby. What's up? Ooh. Feel like dancing, man. Sorry, guys. Not sorry. No problemo there. We got this. You got this. I'm electromagnetic, multidimensional love being. You said it, Sunset Dreams. Yeah. You got the spirit. I do in my way. I am learning if stay in my heart, forgiveness, frequency, and send love to the FARC. Did you say FARC? Thank you for sharing. 5D frequency. That's right. See the blue flame. Omnicrystal's love, baby. Yeah, Celine. Yeah, Omnicrystal's love. Yeah, baby. What's up? I'm making a t-shirt that says that. Omnicrystal's love. Yeah. Yeah, baby. And another one's going to say, I am Christar. What's up? And another one is going to say in big fat letters, I am God. And if you wear this t-shirt, you're going to get into a lot of opportunities to teach unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. Through these Emerald Order teachings, man, which is volumes of teachings, you guys can spend a lifetime learning, like for real. But I tell you, if you go through a Kuthara 1, 2, 3, 4, and even some of the sliders information, you're going to learn how to ascend, man, naturally, organically. It will take you beyond your 5D. I mean, some people are going to return to their avatar self, liquid light self. That's beyond Gaia. Gaia is etheric, crystal silicate. So it's not all the way there. It's still like mid levels, Gaia. Like some people think that's the shit, you know, the final point, destination. No, there's another planet after Gaia called Stargate 12 once was destroyed, but the planet's called Armamentana. And so just know that in parts of our timeline, our planet was destroyed. So that's what the fallen angels did, man. They destroyed the Guardian's planet. And so this has been a long time standing spiritual war. I mean, taking out our freaking entire planet, that's absolutely horrible. You imagine killing an animal or killing another human, but killing a whole planet? What the F, man? Imagine the consequences of that. So those beings fall. They would fall into phantom. Kind of like the cataclysm in Tara. You guys fell from grace, man. You fell from that angelic body. You fell into like a black hole of another star, sun. You came down to density 1, Earth. Chicas matas. So we're finding our higher identity through these teachings, man. I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking the inner order perspective. This is the innerchristos law of one. And a lot of you resonate with that. For sure. Your soul gets it. Your oversoul. Your holy avatar. You guys are remembering your higher parts. This information changes you into, from the light. Healing power from the light, man. I mean, you can consider angels and archangels as guardian extraterrestrials, starseeds. And you're part of that guardian angelic nations. That's what we call it. Beings, many angels and archangels. Like you have an avatar self, but our immediate drama and story is in Earth and Tara. Eventually it goes on to Gaia, and then farther than that. So our identity is caught up into the planet's identity. The human race exists within the morphogenic field of our Earth, Tara, Gaia, Armamentana. You don't just stop at Gaia. There's more. You know, and there's other planets. You don't have to live on your home planet. You can even intermarry, interdimensional, intergalactic, interspecies being, as long as you're, compatible, I guess. And maybe sex is not important, but you could marry an alien with different appendages, different anatomy, different interests. So, I mean, you guys think about this. In our ancient Egypt, much less Atlantis, we were having experiences with other alien races. Like they would come visit and we've had like interdimensional traffic coming to us in ancient Egypt. They were more advanced than us, man. They were multidimensional technology and awareness. That all changed through spiritual intervention, or this fallen angels intervening with us. Shikamasutas, making us part of us deep de-evolve. You don't want to de-evolve, right? Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. Much love. Yeah. I'm making one of my fallen angel videos called Omicron Dragon Moth. Man, this has been my hardest challenge in my art, because you know what the dragon moth is? It's like a dragon plus a moth, like kind of like a moth, like a dragon body, but like a bipedal dragon, upright one, and but with a moth head. It's been challenging to make this creature, but I'm almost got it complete. And this is the Omicron dragon moth. And the reptilian races still aren't done. There's still one more, but I want to switch to the Anunnaki races. And then I'll be still working on the Cathara video series behind the scenes, okay? So that's in the works too. So I can't wait to get to the Guardian races. Soon after the Anunnaki races, I'll get to the Guardian races, and telling you what Orifeme angels look like, what actually Maharaji look like, what the Azarites, the blue angels, look like. I want to make pictures for these creatures and beings. Wow. Kuchivas! I like to make t-shirts of alien starseed beings on and put their name above, like Pleiadian, Syrian. I am a Syrian vato. I'm a Lyran cat people, homie. I'm a Christ avatar, supposé. Seriously, the Christos avatar, apparel. My own custom line, Holmes. What's up? You want a Christ avatar t-shirt? Hell yeah. I am Christar t-shirt. A Machiwa t-shirt coming soon. Yeah. I love you guys. We're gonna hang, vatos. We hang in the lot of one, Holmes. All are God. All are equal. So, I say, we're all family. We're all part of the one. That is something amazing. Tell it to your children. They need to know. What's up? Tell your other brothers and sisters that we're all God, and just, kind of like build this unity consciousness with everybody you meet. We're adding all of this unity. We're all coming together. It's based on it's coming from a space of love, unconditional love, omnipolar, omni-love. What's up, Christ stars? I am Christ star. You're a Christ star. All the humans are double diamond sun, or diamond sun DNA. Some are double diamond. We are evolving into our true selves. What's up? My vato locos, my gangsters in Christ, we got this. This is our commission, our angelic mission, our avatar will. We're bringing it, manifesting it, projecting it, seeing it and visualizing it. Aquia, fostutas, aquia. Mosutas. It's like you go inside, you guys. Make a meditation, a daily meditation, and go inside to see, put intention. I want to see my higher self. I want to connect to my higher self. I want to know my higher self. See, you put that spiritual will, keep on repeating it regularly, like manifestation takes sometimes progressive steps. Just keep on progressively, don't give up. Keep on manifesting, seeing is being. You bring this into reality. Thoughts, bring your vision, your intention, brings it into this reality. What's up? It's made of light. A thought is made of light. And you know how to use consciousness to change whatever your will is into this world. Use thoughts and consciousness, homie. What's up? My brothers, my sisters. Coffee mugs and stickers. What's up? Yeah. I thought about the coffee mugs, but stickers would be cool too. Do you mean like card decals or like stickers? That's cool, baby. What's up? We got this. I love you too, Helena. What's up? Machiwa Celine. Cash me. What's up? Frankenstein. I love you, Frostbit Kids TV. What's up? Yeah, we're trying to bring good thoughts, positive vibes. You know, we dope. Stickers would be dope. Yeah, baby. What's up? Hell yeah, man. I can even make tapestries of some of my art, you know, and you know, those big old freaking things that you put on your wall instead of the flower of death. I used to do that. I didn't know the Merkaba star, you know, yet. I wasn't familiar with it yet. So in my older videos, I had that hanging on the wall. And I got criticized for that. But I didn't know at the time. Why are you crucifying me, man? You just feel like yourself in a blessed state. We're going into that blessed state, holy ones. What's up? What's up? Making a change in our minds, in our, you know, in our how we treat people, speak to people. We're very mindful. We're serious about being in a loving state. We want, if we don't like chastise ourselves if we make a mistake. But we go back to that discipline of, you know, being mindful. Be mindful. Be in the now. You're not meant to be high all day. You know what I'm saying? We're meant to focus into spirit, will. Spirit forges in the manifest world. Your thoughts bring physical life. Okay, it's your astral consciousness. All humans are in the astral right now, with their spirit, their consciousness is in 4D, having a 3D experience. Remember, your consciousness is always one dimension higher than your body. So if you're physical here in 3D, that means your spirit is in 4D. Our goal is to ascend to 5D in our spirit and be physical in the astral, which is in earth. Because your spirit ascends, your body does too in the next one. Your spirit goes to the next one, your body goes into the next one, which is where your spirit was just now. You kind of went like this, you know. It's always mathematically one level higher than your chicas body. So 4D astral goes to 5D archetype, which is where Tara is, and where humans, you know, come from the 5D. Our race is actually called Turanesium. I mean, humans isn't really our race name. That is Turanesium. That's our original self in density matter carbon crystal, or carbon etheric. What's up, homies? Cosmic Lighthouse, will I ever do retreats? That's my goal, because I keep talking about having a Sedona retreat someday. I want to have my own property and create a retreat in it, like a private residence, but it will be only because I want to host my own retreats, you know, whatever. And Sedona is a powerful place for energy, and there's UFO activity out there. I just think that's a great place for a starseed to be. Not the only place. Some people find, you know, Mount Shasta area, or some people know about the Gruol Point, which is where Ashiana is at Sarasota, Florida. Sarasota, Florida is a special place energetic wise, so which is explained in these teachings. And that's why Ashiana was living there, is living there. And actually, it's interesting because she lived in my home state, which is Arizona. And so she was teaching in Phoenix before. It's like, damn, that's actually the first workshop that was available after she did an interview with Carrie Cassidy, which is a badass in herself, own right. I love Carrie. Yeah. Carrie Cassidy has done a lot of awesome work, man. And she's a badass. She's highly psychic herself, and she uses that in her work, you know, in her life. She's a student of Ashiana, obviously. I saw her at the workshop that I went to, you know. I thought that was cool to see Carrie and Ashiana. And of course, Michael Dean and even Speaker 3 I saw. Chicas Machiwa. And a lot of people like me who's learning the teachings, right? I think my incense is out, so yeah, it's a spiritual journey, you guys. Everything we humans are going through, this is part of our spiritual journey. And a lot of us, even though there's a lot of bad stuff happening in the world, who knows what's going to happen, right? Well, we stand strong without fear. No guilt, no shame. The rest of the world is going to try to make you feel those things, but you stand in your state, in your connection to your higher awareness of God. You know, you're aware of God, but you have higher parts that are closer to God, you could say, as in memory and capacity. DNA changes out. Each dimension, your capacity gets greater if you ascend, expand, or if you lesser, if you descend, de-evolve. You don't want to do that. You want to, it'd be better to be neutral. You don't even want to do that, though. You came here to grow. No more than you did before. The problem is we forget what we did before. So, you know, we're in a rut. This is not a good thing to keep on reincarnating, die, and then reincarnate, die. You don't want to keep on reincarnating, dying. Mashitas. You want to ascend and go into a new body and a new consciousness, a new awareness of God. You get to know more God because you got more of energy now. Return back to you because you reclaimed your DNA. You reclaimed your consciousness too. You reclaim your DNA, you reclaim your higher consciousness. You focus on activating your chakra. Each one is a dimension. If you're going to focus on the crown chakra, that's the 7th dimension. Archangel level. So that's violet. So see a violet 6-pointed star. You'll learn how to do triadic currents and bring in the crown chakra. Or maybe you want to work on the 8th chakra, the gold chakra. Visualize the different colors for each chakra. Each dimension has a different waveform and a different symbol code that you use. It's a science, man. It's freaking awesome. You get to use your consciousness in ways that maybe you forgot in this life right now, but you're going to reclaim that knowledge. Yeah, baby. What's up? Bring in your higher consciousness, baby. What's up? Bring in your Christ star. Bring it in. Bring it in, baby. See it. See the chakra. Which chakra? Light her up. Bring her in. Come on, focus on that wavelength. Bring it into you, your energy. See yourself bathed in it. Like, see yourself in a energy ball. There's an energy like surrounding your entire body, and you're sort of like levitating in the middle of it, you know? And you're bathed in the color of that chakra that you're trying to bring in. See your arms made of that color. Imagine your face in that color. Wow, man. You see, you know, make it real. It's real moving of energy. And you get good at this. It's technology. The more you experience, the more you learn, the more creative you are, the greater you become. Expanding, evolving, ascending. You want to ascend. Don't want to stay in the same place. You want to de-evolve, become an animal. Do you want to become a plant? A carrot. Someone's going to eat you. Or you're something like this. Maybe a bunny, maybe a human. Something's going to eat you. Huh? Well, if you come alive as a carrot, right? A carrot is spirit. Takes spirit and energy. Oh, of course, you have a certain species, a certain DNA template. So, Makoya. I mean, we want to fix our templates. We want to fix our health, which is the cause of what's happening with our divine blueprint. And so, it's like, this is like being returned to us. We used to know this as a race, but it's like being returned to us, and we use our free will to go with this natural, organic, original intention of God, or we're going to go against it. It's like, no, it's the one choice or the other. Which one are you going to choose? So I would go for the positive, loving God one. That's the one I'm going to serve. Not the angry, burning angry God that's judgmental and does black magic and sacrifice and stuff. Nope. You know, that is empowering the dark side. That's their energies, not ours. Priests of light, holy ones, you are priests of light. You're magi kings from Atlantis, priest kings of Atlantis. You are the Holy Grail line, just like Jeshua, Jesus was, the Christos, Christ, inner Christ. Understand your inner Christ. Find yourself, your holy avatar. Activate it. Remember it once again, holy ones. Some connection, I'm sorry. Washivas. So, you're a blessing. Maybe someone told you you're ugly or fat or something not nice or polite, right? They don't care about your feelings. Well, know that you are part of God. They can't tarnish that. You can just realize that within yourself. You don't even need to make it an argument. But some people just need to be placed outside your sphere. You got to move beyond certain people, you guys. You're not forced. No one's. You don't have any obligation. You can go outside any relationship you're in right now. You can end it. You can get divorced or just be separate. Whatever. You don't have to put up with abuse. Be God sovereign free. And if you keep fooling yourself by staying with someone who harms you, then you're putting your children in danger as well. That's a difference. That's some type of not good situation, right? There's something called karma. So what you guys do really creates an energy problem for you later. Like if it's bad, But also vice versa. If you do something develops yourself as a soul being, then you're going to benefit and evolve to a greater level of yourself, which is amazing because now it's up to you, right? You understand? There's no savior required. You're simply, understand, you guys, that's a horrible concept, a savior, that someone has to be sacrificed. That is a horrible, dark concept. Especially when you think that when someone's literally tortured. Jesus, supposedly, the fake Jesus, was tortured. Okay? Not only being whipped, but being crucified is torture. So this person was tortured, and which involved being nailed to a cross, judged for the human race, and sacrificed for the human race, murdered. And this is, remember, Christos versus Christos. It is the Antichristos sacrificing the Christos. It's the fallen beings sacrificing the light being, torturing it, sacrificing it. That's for loose energy. This is their message to you as the Christos. Remember, we're Christ are. Their dark message is they're mutilating you, torturing you, and they're sacrificing you. Dude, this is how black magic works. They use these symbols into your thinking process. Now you're manifesting it, accepting this wickedness. It's pretty dark principles. Have you ever thought about it this way? No, for real, I'm asking you. Have you ever thought about that sacrifice? Horrible, freaking, disgusting sacrifice. Like you wouldn't want anyone to be hurt like that, much less tortured and mutilated. The Creator God didn't make you and then give you free will and then punish you and mutilate you and torture you because you didn't, go how to be a believer. You have to believe. What do you mean? You're given free will. You don't need to believe anything. You don't even have to believe in God. Even though you are God, you don't have to believe in it. Remember, there's no dogma in His teachings. In religion, these negative teachings are punishing you and damning you and teething you. And, wow, this is what the F? A vampire. Just like someone keeps, what do they call that? Mooching. Someone's around you and all they do is mooch and mooch and mooch, ask for stuff, never do jack shit with the rest of everyone else. They'll just keep on mooching. Little freaking vampires. Hello? What else? You let moochers go, right? Well, I don't know where that came from. It just came out. Shit. Something about placing boundaries. Yeah. You're right, cosmic. Hypocritical. You'll find a lot of people are like that. Hypocritical. And, the whole concept of holy wars, stop right there, right? Stop right there. Why is there war in a loving God? It involves, these demons, these fallen angels, they feed off of death. They receive energy from torture and sacrifice. They receive energy from it. These beings are snuffing out, murdering beings, kidnapping them, torturing them, sacrificing them. Many ages, not just kids. Includes them. That's the favorite kind. Sacrifice, torture kids. Horrible shit. So, loose energy is literal energy that they sustain from. They get a burst of that sick, twisted shit. They get fed. They get fed. These are finite entities who are literally on what's called a reverse matrix. They literally exist in an antiparticles. I mean, not antiparticles. They're in this phantom state, and it's a finite system. It will self-implode. They have to keep on feeding off the living system. That's why there's shadow beings and dark, disembodied beings, spirits, and witchcraft and dark magic, black magic, people fighting in the astral. There's all this shit happening because of free will, It's just free will. And the truth about unity is you're trying to, you can't even convince someone because of their free will. You can imagine that someday there will be a singularity where all beings will come together again, but that's not happening anytime soon, you guys. There's no great singularity event. And, but everyone has a free will. So if you have the free will to ascend, you don't want to be part of this dark systems anymore. You have every way to get out of here. And so this didn't happen overnight. This is a tribe, human race, karma thing. This would not happen to a race that's living in the law of one, unity. You will not be tricked by the fallen angels or, for example, the reptilians and the Anunnaki who did this to us in our history. They wouldn't have done it if we were living in our blessed law of one state, in our unified Christic state. But there's influence from these malevolent Luciferians, Satanists. Reptilians are called Satanists, and the Anunnaki are Luciferians. And it was Satan and the Lolitan and the Marduk, or I keep saying Marduk, Necromaton, combined to make the Luciferian race. Which is Death Star Merkaba mechanics. The living system is light, is live, is living. The dark side is the opposite. They eat life. They sacrifice life. They torture life. These are beings living off of a reverse matrix. It doesn't make sense to us as light, but they're on a reverse matrix. They're taking, absorbing. They literally absorbing energy from the living. They're shadow beings taking some of us down if we allow them to. Antichrist, anti-Christos, anti-life, anti-humans, anti-everything. They're shadow beings sucking you, feeding off the living. And they will manipulate you to get maximum amount of sustenance from you, life force. Just like any gangster, or criminal. They want more. They're not satisfied. They want the most power from draining. So it's a big competition game. You know, competing gangsters want to take from the living. Competing fallen angel phantom beings. These phantom beings compete with each other for a limited source of sustenance. You got different groups feeding off of certain parts of our population. You know, some places it's better for them because they could farm a lot of loose energy in war. That's why they go out of their way to manipulate the living system, and to get the most sustenance is they need to have war. They want death happening. They get fed a lot of energy from death. Okay? And then when you're in the state of war, you're in the state of fear. So that affects all the human nation, or whatever your nation's under war. Everyone's going to be afraid that you can be bombed, you can be invaded, something horrible could happen. And I don't know about you, starseeds, but have any of you guys, it's like a poll, put it in the comments, you guys. How many have had dreams, even lucid dreams? Doesn't have to be, but it would be better if it was a lucid dream of the world ending. Right? I've had many of those type of dreams at different ages of my life. This is you experiencing other worlds, other timelines where the world was ending. Like Atlantis or Lemuria, the world was ending. We thought, like this, where we're wiped out at least. And but realize, remember, once again, let's say you get wiped out or killed. You're still a spirit. You didn't die. Nothing dies. You simply change form. Come out of the vehicle, body vehicle, matter vehicle, and reincarnate. Go into a different body. That's what we do. We're spirits going into bodies. And so and those bodies are based on a DNA template. And so that's why there's, in a more advanced society, a lot of people know a lot about genetic mutation or genetic, the ability to affect the genetic code in humans. They're going to fuck with it. Excuse my language. They're going to, first of all, weaponize it. They'll use the knowledge to make superhumans and keep it to themselves. Make them super wealthy, make them super intelligent, by messing with the DNA, by knowing how to use it. Well, of course, they're going to be doing the opposite, like harming people with the knowledge too. And these are geneticists. Will they call those people who are trying to reduce the population? They use some name, I forgot that word, but eugenics. Yeah, they're trying to wipe out certain parts of the population. And even the Georgia Guidestones, they say right there in stone that they want to reduce the population by 500 million. And there's 8 billion. So obviously part of their goal includes, genocide. They would love to have World War III. Lots of loose energy, man. All of a sudden, if there's a world war, that's a hell of a lot of energy for these legions of fallen angels to feed off of. Phantom beings, legions of these are realms of black holes and reverse life, reverse spirit. It's just pulling on God, on the creation, vampiring life force in a reverse matrix. We transmute. We take care of that. Clean it up. Transmute, baby. What's up? We're priests of light. That means we clean dirty diapers. That means we get in there, we take care of the issue, we take care of the shit, and we gain. We gain, man. No pain, no gain, no stink, no ascension. We just some people evolve faster through suffering. That's not the ideal way, right? You want to be in a blessed state. You want to be going towards the light, towards love. You can't go wrong with love. And I don't mean like lust for someone either. I mean, you love someone genuinely. It doesn't matter what gender. You just care about that person. You love that person. You don't want anyone to harm or hurt them. You know, you love all people, but people you intimately love is the ones that you're with all the time and care about, like family. So, and we all want to experience what is love, right? We all want to know what is love, to be safe and to be cared about and to have a trusting, loving relationship. You know, it's natural. Sometimes we don't get that because of circumstances or whatever. But hey, hopefully we learn from our pain and we smart up, right? Do things better. Don't just think about ourselves. Come on, guys. We're loving Christ, beings that are trying to take out all the judgment. Not judge yourself is hard. But once you get through that change, now you're like at a different game, baby. You know what it's like to be an angel or an archangel. You'll know what happened to you in your previous lives. You'll remember who you are and who some of your family is, spirit-wise, spiritual family, or other. You'll have perceptions of other selves, like this self, but your other ones in different timelines, past lives, future lives. So you're you would say a godlet in the making. Everyone has a potential to become their avatar self. It could happen to you, man. You could go into this rising awareness and make a transformation and shift, slide, ascend to another reality. What's up? It's not dying, it's like metamorphosis, like transformation. You transmigrate or transcend to another vibration of reality through the Stargate, because you resonate with it. When you ascend, you means you got all that DNA strand, and now you can go through that Stargate. You can now be sent to a future timeline, to the next one, to the next dimension. Ascend, get out of here. We're gonna have a party, man. You guys remember Y2K? We thought it was the end of the world. Some people thought it was, so they partied. They partied for Y2K. Well, we're partying for, the ascension, spiritual ascension, man. We want to ascend. Yeah, let's ascend, vatos. Come on, Tara. Come on, 5D. Or wherever you're going to go. Machitas. Whatever your hometown is. Home world. Timeline. Isn't it cool? We're multidimensional beings. We're all kinds of timelines, planets, races, body forms, spiritual awareness, and consciousness levels. Damn, I want to hug myself. I love you. I want to hug myself. You see another person, it's another self of some level, you know, family, race, root race, planetary race, consciousness, you know, spirit. We have a star system, and then the galactic system, and then the universal system, and then the cosmic system. We have all these levels of spirit, and it's like a beautiful perfection in the making. This evolution to this ultimate being keeps growing and growing and growing. The ultimate being. All. You're all. You're all. You're the ultimate being. See it. Connect. Excuse me. Know it. Inside yourself. Just know it. Come on. Know. You got this. I love you guys. I think, yeah, it's already 9 o'clock. I'm sorry. My time. But yeah, you guys, I'll finish up the live. You guys are beautiful. I want to hug you, kiss you guys. Helena, Bella Avatar, Sylvia Cole, Sunset Dreams, Transmission. I love you guys. Hope you're going to have some cool dreams. Hope we're going to have some lucid dreams. Do some meditation. Do some breath work. Eat an alkaline salad. Come on, you got this, homies. Yeah. Ochiwa. Come on, dreamers. Come on, voyagers. We're going to translate, transcend, transmigrate. Go, literally go into a different place, a different body. Damn. That's going to be awesome, man. Can you imagine? Yes. I can imagine. Keep on imagining, knowing, manifesting it. Manifest it through your thoughts. Come on, do it. See it. Don't give up. You're going to see it. See. I love you guys. I'll be here on Saturday, same time. I'm coming out with this hopefully by tomorrow, early evening. Hopefully it'll be uploaded. This Omicron dragon moth video, which took me so long. I'm still, didn't get as many options as I wanted, but samples, but it's good enough. A dragon moth. I went through so many different iterations. I've never seen a dragon moth myself. I'm going by what it's described in the information. All right, you guys. You take care of yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself a hug. And, you guys have a hug coming from me. I love you. Thank you for all my regulars. Thank you for the members. You guys, you keep me living. You really do. Thank you for that, sharing back of energy. And I will keep on bringing more content to you, and based on the Emerald Order point of view. And you guys want to become a member. If you liked anything about this video, please consider supporting Christos Avatar. There's online donations right now on live, or you can do one through the PayPal link below. There's a PayPal link, donation link, and then you can also buy one of my crystals or artwork on my Etsy shop below. And when you become a member, by the way, there's a join membership button. You'll be able to come to our Discord chat and chat with us. There's a regular group of people, talking to each other. You can be part of that. So for as low as $5 or whatever you feel called to. And this channel is about spiritual awakening and ascension, star seeds, all these ascension mechanics based on the law of one in innerchristos. So thank you guys. We're glad to have you. If you're new, please start getting into the teachings. Do some of that research on the Cathara, or just do the Voyagers. Get started. Peace and love to you guys. Much respect. I am Christar. I am Christar. I am Christar. Good night, holy ones. Peace. Namaste, vatos. Yeah. I feel good. Do. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Ooh. Thank you for those hearts. Give me some love. Give me some love, baby. Good night.